大家好，欢迎大家来到今天的撒哈加瑜伽线上静坐。今天我们要介绍的是心轮。那同样的，我们会一起静坐，然后我们会一起聆听撒哈加瑜伽的创办人 Shri Mataji 的讲话。Shri Mataji 是照片中的这位女士，她是撒哈加瑜伽的创始人。然后我们接下来会再一同的静坐。那我们现在可以一起提升能量，画板单。我们可以将双手置于膝上，掌心朝上，将注意力放置于头顶。我们可以将眼睛缓缓的闭上。我们可以将右手置于左下腹部躯干与大腿的交界处，在身体的外缘。这里我们可以在心中说个几字，请让我得到真正的知识。我们称我们体内的灵量，称它为我们灵性的母亲。所以我们可以说，母亲，请让我得到真正的知识。接下来，我们可以把右手置于左上腹部肋骨的下缘。这里我们可以在心中说个几字：母亲，我是我自己的老师。接下来，我们可以把右手置于心上， 这里我们可以在心中说个几次：母亲，我是一个纯洁的灵。母亲，我是一个纯洁的灵。接下来，我们把右手置于左侧肩膀与脖子的交界处，我们可以把头微微的向右转。这里我们可以在心中说个几次：母亲，我没有罪恶感。或者母亲，我没有罪疚感。接下来，我们可以把右手置于前额，这里我们可以把微地把头往前倾。这里我们可以在心中说个几次：母亲，我宽恕所有的人，包括我自己。接下来，我们可以把右手置于后脑，可以把头微微的向上倾。这里我们可以在心中说个几次：母亲，如果我犯了任何的过错，请原谅我。接下来，我们可以把右手置于头顶，把头微微的向前倾。这里我们可以用掌心顺时针地按摩头顶。在按摩的过程中，我们同时可以在心中说：母亲，请让我巩固我的自觉。现在我们可以把右手置于膝上，掌心朝上，把注意力置于头顶。我们可以静静的坐一会儿。 接下来我们可以缓缓地睁开眼睛，我们可以一起观看Shri Mataji关于心轮的讲话。
So now we move to another center. Above that is the center of the Mother of the Universe. The Father resides in this center, previous center, the Nabhi Chakra, and rises above and then settles down on to the right side. This is the Father. Say, a gentleman yesterday told me that he had trouble with his asthma. I don't know if he's come back or not. Is he here? Yes, good. Now, this gentleman has asthma. Of course, I told him that he had trouble because of too much bathing systems of India. Indians, you see, we bathe too much. Apart from that, it comes from the father's grief. His father had died, and the father himself is not willing to leave him, he's worried about him. It can happen to any one of us. If a man is unkind to his son, it's a father principle. If the son is unkind to the father, so the father is hurt. It's the father principle if it is disturbed by any chance. Or suddenly father dies and you feel the pinch of that all your life. All that can work out here and you get this right heart catch. With that, you get asthma. It is said that in homeopathy, they believe that with more tension you get it. Because when you are more tense, you see, you remember your father. If he was here, he would have helped. In the subconscious, sometimes it works out. And that's how it adds to the problem. It is so simple to work out that you'll be amazed that if you have to just raise the principle of father in a person like that, who might be a dejected father, who might be a cruel father, who might be a son who has lost the father, can be anything. That you have to just put your hand on that part and just say a mantra, a chanting, which will raise or which will awaken the fatherhood in a full bloom, and you get cured. It's very simple. The center heart is governed by the Mother of the Universe. She gives us the sense of security. When you are at the age of 12 years, the bone that is in front here starts emitting antibodies. It creates antibodies within it till the age of 12 years. And then these antibodies are really the soldiers of the Mother of the Universe. We call her Jagadamba in Sanskrit language. And they spread to the whole of the body, and wherever there is an attack, they inform each other and they fight it out. These antibodies are created in the sternum bone, in the front side of the, we can say the ribs, where the ribs meet, thoracic region, that part, they stay there, are created till the age of 12 years. Now, what happens in ladies, especially, they are the mothers also. When their motherhood is challenged, they get a problem. Like a woman, say her husband is a flirt, he has a roving eyes or sort of a thing, and she's insecure. Then this motherhood is challenged. When it is challenged, she gets a problem there, and she gets a disease of the breast cancer and all that is caused by the insecurity of a woman. If a woman is insecure, she may be with any reason insecure, she gets this breast cancer. There was a girl who was married. She was married to a Catholic or someone like that, and there was an inter-religion marriage, and the people of the boys' side tried to trouble her a lot. It's very common in India, but here also I see it is so. And they tried to sort of say these things to them and that thing to her and to her parents and things like that, and she developed this insecurity within her. that she developed breast cancer. Now, when we are cruel to others, we don't know we are giving them cancers. What does it take for us to be kind to a girl who's married in our family, who has come to us? We are experts in saying things that hurt others. We learn from childhood how to talk to people so that they are really hurt. By hurting them, we give them cancers. But this only one realizes when you get your realization. Then you really understand that how much a person is suffering. Because you also feel a little pain there. Your whole style of talking, your whole style of behavior, of commuting with others completely changes. This center is very important. On the left-hand side is the mother's side, and the mother itself is. If the mother is a lunatic, you get a problem there. You might get it, we call it a heart. There are two hearts. One is the heart of the spirit and one is the heart chakra. If a mother is a fanatic, she's a woman who is very fanatic about her food, things like that, then the children get it. It's a dangerous thing to play with children like that, to have complete discipline on the children and just keep them, must walk straight like a horse put to things. And children should be allowed to have their freedom. Actually, when we suppress them too much, they become hooligans. That way Indians are better. They know how to bring up their children. They allow their children to have all the freedom. Just give them the idea of dignity. And when the children are so free with their parents in childhood, by the time they're about 4 or 5, they become extremely dignified. Like I see children saying words like, get out, get away. From where do they learn these words? They learn it from their parents or learn it from friends or someone they must be learning, because these words are normally not spoken by children. Get lost. I've seen a little child saying that, get lost. I mean, it's too much to say to someone. But it happens like that because we do not understand what we should talk before the children. How decently, we may be most indecent people, doesn't matter. We might be absolutely rotten people. Even a dacoit knows that he should behave properly before his children, because children will become dacoits. Even a prostitute will understand that she should not behave in a manner that the child takes to prostitution. It's a common sense that whatever we do, the children take so easily. So whatever you want to give them, whatever you want to impart them, that's how you should behave before them. But now, as the society is today, people are not paying so much attention to their children at all. They are so, still the mothers are still like brides, busy finding new husbands. Husbands are still like bridegrooms finding new wives. And the children, poor things, don't know where to look. God knows in what orphanage they have to end up their life. Even the industries like that. I wanted to buy yesterday a pure cotton frock for a little child. I couldn't find anywhere. Not one frock I could get in the whole of Derbyshire and also in London, for your information, which was pure cotton. I mean, we don't think that children can't bear this artificial man-made fiber. It's very dangerous. It's very bad for their skin. When you were young, you used cotton. You had mills of cotton here. And why give this horrible stuff to your children, which you never had? By the time they grow up to your age, they'll have all blotches on their faces. They'll be, I don't know what diseases they may have on their skin. No one realizes this. The kind of panties you are using, the kind of things you are using for them is very dangerous. I don't know what's going to happen to them. The things they are using, you never used them when you were young. Believe me. And these are the times when they really require complete attention. And these are the times when they are absolutely tortured. Even the industry is not worried about them. Why not make some cotton clothes for little children? Actually, I would say the government must pass a law that no children's clothes should be made of any artificial things. You can have the elders with that, doesn't matter. But for the young children, you can't give them atomic bombs to wear. This is too much. And these modern times, I think, are the cruelest for children. That's why very few children want to be born in these advanced countries. We have to bear the load in India. If you are not kind to children, imagine 2 children are killed by the parents. What sort of a society we have? Every week in London city itself, I used to think in England, but they told me it's in London city, 2 children are killed by the parents. And I have not heard a single case like that in India. With this cruelty towards children. I don't know what women are up to. Where are they going to take their figures and their beauties and everything in front of God? Such cruelty exists, such self-centeredness. Then with all this, the children develop this trouble and they have palpitations. They have very weak hearts. They are in your trust. God has given you such beautiful children that you should thank Him for that. They are not some surplus quantities have come to you. It's a blessing to you that God has given you children. If one woman in India doesn't get a child, she'll go and weep and ask every god and every prophet and everyone that she should get a child. While in Germany, it is going towards -5% growth now. They pay to a woman who has 5 children as much as the Prime Minister, or even more than that, but she won't have. She says, I lose my figure. Where are you going to take these figures? I don't understand. What are these figures for? Who is interested in your figures? Why should we make ourselves so cheap? We are mothers and we should be proud of our motherhood. Motherhood is the highest thing a woman can achieve. I mean, I have achieved it because I am a mother for thousands. And I think that's the greatest thing that can happen to a woman is to be a mother. And mother and a guru, you can imagine my plight, is much worse. That you have to tell your children something to be done and you love them so much that you don't want to say that. Then you have to play some little sweet tricks with them to bring them along. It's such an interesting and a beautiful life to be a mother. We should be proud mothers. But I would say the men too are to be blamed because they are not interested in mothers. They are interested in younger and younger girls. It's a sign of perversion, I tell you. It's a sign of a complete perversion. At the time of Muhammad Sahib, there were many women and very few men because so many were killed. So Muhammad Sahib did not know what to do. So he thought they were pragmatic, as I told you yesterday, that with the society one has to be pragmatic. So he said, all right, we have to have marriages because without marriage, any relationship of any kind is adharmic, is against the valencies. So he said, we must have marriage. All right, now we have many women. So let us have distribution of women according to the men we have. If you have more men, then we'll have the other way down. But we have to marry. Means we have to take a collective sanction. A collective sanction has to be there to be blessed. So he said, all right, marry fine. But he himself, you see, was surprised at that time. People were so sensitive, they would not marry young girls. The old men would not marry young girls. They said, how can we marry these young girls, you see? So he said, no, all right, I'll marry one. Because where will these young girls go? There are no young men left. So what to do? But these days, if you ask an old man of 80 years, he would be very willing to marry a girl of 18 years. Stupid old fool, I call him, because he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that this girl is not going to respect him as a husband and he cannot enjoy the life of a husband. He is a grandfather, or call it a great-grandfather. He should behave like a great-grandfather. That's an ideal relationship he should have with a younger girl. All these ideals are confused today. Our relationships with others, every woman has to be attractive. Why? Every man has to be attractive. Why? For what? What are we going to achieve? What is the utility? The attractiveness is all right as long as you are not repulsive. As long as you keep the ideal relationship with others. If the relationship becomes nothing but like a dog and bitches one, it's better not to have this kind of an idea. It's absolutely wrong to run after something which is not our way. Human beings have to live with dignity and with complete sense of idealism as far as their relationship with each other is concerned. If you just say, what's wrong? Then it's an art. everything is wrong, and everything is wrong. It's not one wrong, but everything is wrong. But if you want to have a flowering society, then you must keep to your ideals of your family life. That's a very important thing, but it happens to you as soon as you get realization. You don't have to give a lecture on that. You just do it. You just become a very nice husband and a very nice wife. Beautiful families can come out of such. There are so many, you will see them. There are so many beautiful families now in Sahaja Yoga. And now the great children, the great sages who wanted to be born are being born to them. Many great children want to be born in this England, and there are many who are born. But I don't know how they are treated. People understand them or not. They have no vibrations to see if they are sages or not. But born realized children are so many in England that I am regretting sometimes the way they are treated. Nobody knows they are born realized. The way they talk nothing but wisdom. All these children are being insulted and humiliated by us who are so ignorant about them. I must say they are very brave. They are very courageous to take birth in the countries where they are not appreciated and looked after. Another extreme is in our country, I should say, where people will sell their whole country for the sake of their children. I mean, that's going too far. That's another nonsense we do. But something in between is that you love your children, respect them, they are your trust, they are realized souls, they are sages. They are the foundations of the new world that is going to come. And this is what it is a mother has to do. The dignity of a mother must be respected. I'm sure you all must have respected your mothers very much. But now, as mothers, I don't know if you will be respected. Once this is established that a mother itself is the highest position a woman can reach, and she is to be respected, all the priorities will change among women also. Because what can they do? They have no place as mothers. So they just get fed up of their children. They think, what's the use of this motherhood? Is a thankless job. All this can only change when man changes within himself. When the transformation takes place. Just now, it is just one of the sermons that you could hear somewhere in a very, I should say, an orthodox place. But the whole, this orthodoxy becomes part and parcel of you, and you become so much tuned with it, absolutely tuned with it. You like it. You like to love your wife and nobody else in that way. And the husband likes to love her in a special way, while the wife wants to love the husband in a special way. It happens. There's no insecurity, otherwise you come back home and you find your wife as you look with somebody. Imagine what a situation it is. Since I came in first year, I got such a shock. We had a neighbor, she was 48 years of age, and her son was about 22, and we had a friend about 20 years. This lady eloped with that 20-year-old boy, and she had 3 other children whom she left. The house was sold. The whole house was, because under law, she gets half of the property or something like that. And the 3 daughters are now on the streets. The younger 3 children, where daughters are on the street, who's going to look after them? The lady, 48-year-old lady, still a bride, going to the church and getting married. There's no dignity in this, no love, no affection. Christ you follow. Christ has said, you say thou shalt not commit adultery. I say, thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. He's gone up to that subtle stage. We follow Christ. We wear cross. We go to the church. Where are we? So I come to you. To another center now is the Vishuddhi. This is a very important center in human beings.
你可以将双手在肚子与膝上，闭上双眼，静坐。 你可以将注意力置于顶轮，置于头顶，静静地坐一会儿，以吸收Shri Mataji讲话中的知识。我们可以缓缓地睁开眼睛，然后我们可以一起提升能量，画板单。感谢大家来到这次的Sahaja瑜伽线上静坐。那直到我们下次再继续之前，就麻烦大家在家里早晚规律的静坐。那预祝大家平安快乐，再会。